act in real life and will actually make for awkward situations embarrassment from whoever was enacting them immature. No, that's completely fair, right? I'm not saying you can't have an opinion. Like, I don't want to be like commenters commenting you're wrong for having an opinion on Twilight. That's not the person I want to be. It's more for me. I'm saying I don't have an opinion because I haven't experienced it. But if you have an opinion, which you do, I'm interested in hearing it. And like, there you go. Like, you just posted the your opinion in there, and that's just it. Like
zeros. Truth. It's just.
Oh, differentiation between 0 and O.
What? Did I shoot myself with a brainial beam or something? That's brilliant. I mean, I would have come to the same conclusion.
I'm gonna finish slicing this guy, and then I'm gonna continue talking about the comments that you made.
Who am I deceiving? I never would have figured that out. I can't figure anything out. I'm useless.
Ouch. What makes you truly a 0? Is that what you want to be? It would be nice to this guy. He hasn't really been mean to me, so I don't want to be mean to him. 0. There's power. This is true. As a mathematician, I can confirm what he's saying.
Well, of course it does.
It's the most lethal of mathematics. It absolutely is. But you enjoyed it anyways, because everyone's so free and funny. It's like 2000s emo aesthetics and the entire thing. Oh my goodness, comments are coming. Okay, I need to shut this guy up. I have things I want to say right now.
Thanks.
Alright,
You know what? If you...
Alright. I think we've spoken long enough. So, okay, so for the whole, like unrealistic dialogue, that can be a huge turnoff, too. Like, I know that's why, for, like, my dad, he saw some, like, the old Marvel movies. Like, specifically, like, the Thor movie. And I remember there's a part where, like, this giant monster... I think it was, like, the story, like, the giant silver, like, machine thing, like, lands in the center of town. And Natalie Portman just looks at it and goes, oh my god. Not, like, screaming and running in terror, which is, like, for him, like, that shattered his suspension of disbelief. Which I can totally appreciate, because I know for me, when I was watching the third Hobbit film, when the, you want to touch Klein? Oh, boy.
Did you retrieve the yes.
Shoot. Okay, we're gonna stop talking to these guys, because I want to talk to you guys. You guys are more interesting than these robots. For the third Hobbit movie, when the guy was floating underneath the lake in plate mail, that really shattered my suspension of disbelief, because for me, like, that was unrealistic. So I can see why, like, for you, like, if you read the dialogue for, like, Twilight or watch the film and, like, feel that way, influencing people. Oh yeah, we can do this quest, and we're gonna save again because I'm paranoid about this crashing. I understand where you're coming from. That's funny. I enjoy your subjective anecdotes. Thank you. But the whole thing about, like, here's Big Mountain. But enjoying something that's cheesy, I also appreciate, because I know for Resident Evil 5, or a better example might be The House of the Dead 2, is the dialogue in The House of the Dead 2 is so bad it's good. Like, you listen to it and you're just like, who is this guy? Oh, new messages. Ah, I have to alt tab. I'm sorry. Oh my goodness. And then we're going to talk about dogs next. Alright, continue. Or Resident Evil 5, like, I don't think it's a game that takes itself very seriously, but because it's kind of goofy and unrealistic, like, that's why I adore it. Like, the whole part where, like, there's this guy who's punching his boulder, you wouldn't see that in real life, but, like, that's what made it great, is because, like, this is so goofy and off the rails. But, like, that's kind of, like, personal taste, right? Like, some people might really like that, whereas others might be like, well, no, that's really dumb. Also, what kind of dog is it if you're at this lady's house and there's such a cute dog? There's no wrong answers, though there are certain dog types that I don't find to be cute. Although here's the question of the day. Do you find pugs cute? Are pugs cute dogs? Me, personally, I'm not a big pug guy. I get why people think they're cute, but for me, they're kind of like this weird hybrid, just like ugly bull rat things. Like, I don't know. That's just me. Like, some people might really be like, no, I love pugs. Like, pugs are my favorite friend. And there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. I'm just saying, me personally, like, I don't get excited about pugs. I get excited about Siberian Huskies. Siberian Huskies, those are my kind of dogs. Dude, what are you doing at this lady's house, like, watching my stream? Like, is she watching too? Are you guys, like, you know, pointing at the screen and laughing? Oh my goodness, this is not a great idea. Are you guys, like, being, like, study buddies? See, I've never gone to other people's house to study before. Like, every time I've done studying in university, I always just did it in the library. That was my, my place of choice. Yes, place of choice. That made sense as a sentence. Okay, that's a breed of dog. I have literally no idea what that is. I read that, and I read bacon freeze. And I'm like, cool, it's a bacon dog. And I was like, I don't even know what that is. That's something I'm going to have to, like, Google up later. It's like, what kind of dog is that? Is it a small dog, a large dog? Like, this is... Yes, pugs are cute. They look smushed in the way they breathe is adorable. That's the problem. So... My problem with, like, the pug is that, like... I mean, I don't think they look cute, but the way that they sound like little fatties. No, and I get that. Like, some people really like their dogs being like that. Wait, hold on. Did we go to the right place? No, we're trying to get the sync personality. That's right. Oh, we forgot to buy stim packs. That's not cool. So, like... Someone bred the pug so that they would be cute, but like as like a predator dog, they're very like they're inefficient. Like I feel bad for the pug because like they run and then they almost like sound like they're strangling themselves. And I don't want to turn this into like a hate pug speech or something because that's not the person I want to be. But like I just feel bad for them. Like whereas you look at like a husky, it's like oh like that dog's definitely a predator because you know they have the fur which you know keeps them warm. They can run properly. Whereas, like, a pug is, like, if humans didn't exist, pugs would just be gone forever. Yeah, it's a small dog. Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm also into, like, I'm more into larger dogs than I am to smaller dogs. Though I get the appeal of small dogs. I think for me, though, if I choose between a small dog and a cat, I'd probably go for a cat. Whereas I think cats and large dogs are just different things altogether. Again, nothing against small dogs. Though I think corgis are very cute. The reason I can't stand Marvel movies is because they're trying so hard to be funny. And it's not funny at the same time they take themselves far too seriously and they're trying to be hyper-realistic. The entire concern really is frivolous, though. There's no superhuman villains trying to destroy the world. Everyone just enjoys it because it's so big in the box office. Pugs are like the suffering, like they're a species evolved wrong. See, and that's kind of where I'm at for pugs. So, and I'll have my opinions on the Marvel films in a second, too. You'll take the Magnum rounds for sure. Like, pugs are, like, basically engineered to be inefficient. Like, they're cuter, like, for sure, and that's fine. But, they, as far as, like, being a predator goes, they've taken some step backs. Which, like, again, it depends what you're into. Like, some people find pugs to be really cute, and that's awesome. Like, no disrespect. But, yeah, like, they just look like they're suffering, man. And I think in some cases they are, because I don't think their body is optimal. As for Marvel movies, I actually like them quite a bit. Well, here's the thing. When Marvel films first came out in, like, 2010, or, like, so, like, they had, like, Iron Man, the Hulk, and so on and so forth. So there's just, like, more notes, which I'm not really going to go into details, because, again, I'm too busy talking to you guys. I grew up with superheroes, so superheroes have always been, like, a large part of my life. But, and when the Marvel films first started coming out, like, it was awesome. I was kind of like, whoa, like, you know, experimental self-suit complete. You upgrade the Earl self-suit. Not only has upgraded through testing in X13, it also has bad exit to back research for all your pain-dampening needs. So I still enjoy Marvel films, but they've kind of lost the luster that they once had. Simply because when I first saw the Avengers, it was the first time I've ever seen like an ensemble cast of superheroes like in like a big movie. Like for me, it was just kind of like, wow, like this is the first time I'm seeing like the Hulk, Captain America, Iron Man, Black Widow. Seeing all those people on the screen like for the first time, that was a pretty exciting experience. Whereas now, like, So I saw the first Captain America movie and I liked it. And like this is just an example. But after seeing like Captain America do Captain America like things, by the time the second Captain America film rolls around, I'm not as excited about it because it's in my mind more of the same. So for Marvel films, they're kind of like oh my goodness, there's a lot of documents here. We're not gonna go through that. Can we sleep? We're gonna sleep. It's not. In some cases, it's new stuff. Other cases, it's not. Seeing their cute such on to dog that looks like a predator that can kill me. No, that's fine too. I've heard some people say that they don't like huskies because they look like wolves, and I think that's legitimate too. Lock element elevator to the test chamber, and that's just that everyone's got different tastes. Like some people might look at a husky. Like, I'll look at a Siberian husky, and I'll think, dude, that dog's adorable. Whereas other people look at a husky and think, you know what, that dog's only okay. Like I'm not super into that dog, and that's okay. Captain America's actor is my inspiration to work out. Dude, Chris Evans looks great. I'm like, no shame in me saying that. I think he looks hot. Well, that's just it. Like, they're all actors, though, so of course most of them are gonna look great, anyways. So going back to the superhero films, like, usually when I go watch a superhero film, I have the expectation that like it is a superhero film, so I'm not really looking to be blown away by the movie, like the plot. Like basically, if I go see a Spider-Man movie, I'm not really expecting to see a film where it's just like it's completely mind-boggling and like, you know, I have to apply a lot of thought to it. If I see a Spider-Man movie, I want to see it just so I can say, oh, I've seen a Spider-Man movie. Like, I want to see Spider-Man on the silver screen. It's basically that's all it really is. Oh, so they're on here. I've watched the Avengers movies, and that's about the only Marvel movie I've watched, because I don't really care for superheroes too much. I think all dogs are cute, so I can't relate low, but I don't want a big dog just because I'm a tiny person. Well, that's just it, too. Big dogs are a lot of work. Like, I've owned 2 Siberian Huskies, and, like, you know, I love those dogs, but they were a ton of work. Like, oops, I don't know if we really needed that. So, I mean, like, if you're a smaller person, like, a big dog can, like, I think overwhelm you pretty easily. So, I get your viewpoint. Yeah, and some people just aren't just superheroes, right? Like, I think it's common for, like, a lot of people. Actually, you know, a lot of, well, I don't know. Like, superheroes are mainstream, but, like, there are still people who didn't grow up with superheroes or have them as, like, their primary hobby, so I get that as well. Test recording. Test area review. I will say, I think watching the Avengers for the first time was my favorite movie experience, though my favorite movie of all time is probably The Dark Knight, the one of Heath Ledger's Joker. Dude, Taylor Lautner is also an inspiration. Robert Pattinson is my favorite inspiration for the hair and fashion, and jawline. Dude, hey, even if you're gay, man, like, there's no problems with that. And I want to take that back. The way I said that, even if you're gay, I didn't mean like that. If you're gay, like, that's fine. I have no problem with homosexuality. Like, that's fine, man. People just go, like, me personally, I would imagine that I'm a straight man, but hey, if you're interested in other guys, more power to you. Hindsight Maltese, but I split him law like a ton. Like, I cooked from and played with him, and he got carried away like very spot. Well, that's just it. Small dogs can be like little, like, miniature babies, which that's why some people really like having small dogs. Where for me, it's not. Oh, we're going to really focus on this. That's probably not what I'm looking for in a pet. Okay, let me see. Where should I be going? Probably trying to get downstairs. So this is the observation area. So I think we go down a floor. Okay. Oh, homosexuality. And, like, I mean, people have different opinions too, right? And I think it's important to keep that in mind. But yeah, I do think some actors, like, they look great. See, some of the actors that you, like, just mentioned off name, I'm not familiar with them. I'm not very movie smart. Like, you get, like, throw a bunch of actor names, and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. And even, like, just recently, I hadn't seen